Falcon fans, Falcon fans, Falcon fans, and of course, good old Atlanta Falcon fans. How y'all doing this morning? Feeling good, feeling great. Breakfast with One Time for the Fan, episode 255. Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, Amazon Podcast, and so much more. And T Will.
Yes, sir.
Don't forget, sir. Life without Drew just ain't the same.
Wow.
Shit.
Wow. Hey man, so like are you Jack Spade 2.0? Are you imitating Stevie Wonder this morning? Like what's going on? Fans want to know what's up with the shades, Jack.
It's
what's up
40 degrees, man. I'm in my winter mode right now. Plus, I'm 1 week away from my birthday.
Scorpio season.
Scorpio season is upon us, ladies and gentlemen. It's here. It is here. It's going down in a major way. Let me get this Good Morning Football set up before they give me a copyright strike. I had to smash the volume button down low quickly. Terry saw that email we got the other day. They was like, "Oh, we love your show, but can't be doing certain things."
Yeah, they were like, "Don't let that happen again, buddy." They
sent me a check. They're like, "Hey man, we came to check up on you."
They knew the second you went to it. They were like at minute 35 and 42 seconds.
I love it. That means I'll do it again. Falcon fans, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button. There's a lot of Falcon fans in the chat this morning. My West Coast Falcon fans are here first.
Deke.
Is the sun up, Dwayne? Is the sun up right now, Deke?
What up, Deke?
Let me know.
What's going on?
Let me know. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Dwayne Ruffin in the chat. Good morning on this glorious Friday. Rise up. Falcon fans, talking Falcons football on a Falcons Friday. A1 Forever's in the building. One time.
A1 from day one. What up, Chris? How you doing, brother?
No, you're right about that. That is definitely A1 from day one. Mateo's in the chat early in the morning. Rise up, fellas.
Mateo.
Falcon fans, don't forget, with the super chats that we've been getting, we're going to do a giveaway, right? I want to thank you all for the super chats. I mean, we get them randomly. But, of course, One Time for the Fan is from the fan for the fan. And we want to give back. So, from the super chats, matter of fact, Terry, I'm going to match what the super chats have been coming in at. So, I think we're at like,
Jack,
I don't like
401k. Is that who
shit?
You Mr. 401k? You're matching contributions of our fans. Is that what you're doing?
Hey, man.
I'm
feeling good. I'm in the winter mode right now. I got my long sleeve Falcons gear on. Got my Falcons scarf on. Got my Falcons beanie on.
Jack, dude, put the scarf over again like you had it.
Oh, you talking about when the Saints lose like that? You talking about like this?
Bro, you look like a third world country leader right now.
I laugh like one too, right? Falcon fans, hit that like, share, subscribe button. Good morning to Carrie in the One Time for the Fan chat. Posting, this is what Carrie posts. When you don't see Carrie on the show, this is what Carrie's posting in the chat. Look, this is what she's posting.
Who that?
Who that gonna beat them Saints? Jalen Hurts, Kirk Cousins, Baker Mayfield, Bo Nix. It's a laugh, everybody. Have a laugh.
Damn. Wow, that's a lot, man. There's
fans, we're gonna laugh at the Saints today. If you want a morning show, if you want a podcast to laugh at the Saints, if you guys didn't get enough laughs last night after watching that beatdown in New Orleans, seeing that empty ass stadium. Oh, the stadium. Oh, and they're showing the highlights right now. Whoop! Big six. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Nope.
And bro, the way those like two of them, like he didn't even throw the ball. Like it was bad, man.
Bro, let me tell you something.
Hey,
I'm just gonna point it out. I don't want to call out Desmond Ridder like that. I'm far past that. But there were people that were saying last night, oh, look, and they're posting the same picture I got on the screen right now. There was people that was posting last night that there is a comparison between Spencer Rattler and Desmond Ridder.
Yeah, but I see why he went 150th. I'm just gonna still young.
For Aints fans.
What?
We once went through that quarterback issue. Remember that, Terry? Remember you don't know who's starting next week?
I remember.
Remember you don't know who's going to play? Remember you don't know who's going to get benched in the middle of the game?
I remember.
Getting ready to go through. And Derek Carr, I believe, is on his final year of his contract in New Orleans. And if the season ends the way it is, do you think Derek Carr wants to be there next year? They're about to fire their head coach. It's happening. The change is happening. It doesn't look good for Derek Carr. Maybe for a younger quarterback. But to hear NFL on Thursday Night Football even mention Raheem Morris last night, that made me feel good because the Falcons wasn't playing. But they have to talk about Raheem Morris and the success that he has had with this team because they went into talking about, coaching changes and some more stuff in the fourth quarter. And they talked about how Raheem has turned the entire Falcon team around. And then the New Orleans Saints, who started 2-0, leading the division, scaring everybody. Terry, we talked about it. How are we going to beat this team scoring 90 points a game? What are we going to do? How is this defense going to match up? We're 1-1. And then 5 weeks later, Terry, have a laugh. Have a laugh at the Saints.
Damn, man.
Things happen for a reason, Falcon fans. That's why next year I'm not going to get too much into the strongest schedule or the weakest schedule.
Right.
Man, that shit is played on the field, man.
It is.
Because you see what Minnesota's doing right now? They're one of the toughest teams in the NFC. People called that game a wash before the season started.
Mm-hmm.
People called Washington's game a wash before the season started.
Mm-hmm. But
so Falcon fans, man, this is great.
It's a long season, check. So it's good that we're 4-2, but there's still 11 games to be played.
That is true.
So
that is true.
We're doing good right now, but just tranquilo, relax. Let's just take it one game at a time. And I'm not going to say it's good that I am going to say it's good that the Saints are suffering, but again, they look like they quit on the coach, man.
Terry, you saw it last night, Terry. There was a lot of quit and a lot. Now I know the injury bug happens, right? Yeah. So we're not going to bash players who get injured and all that other stuff. I know they're going through injuries. It's the next man up type of game here too, as well. But Terry, you saw it last night. That looked like a Panthers team that we played Sunday.
No,
in the second half.
They look worse.
You don't think so?
They look worse.
The second half Panthers team quit. I think the second half Panthers team quit. You look at the Saints last night; they quit from the beginning of the game.
No, I'm not going to say the Panthers quit. The Panthers just have a dearth of talent. They just suck. I'm not going to say they didn't give effort, but what I saw last night was a combination of, we have injuries and we don't believe in this guy, and right now we know we suck, and I mean it's bad, man. It's.
Well, which guy are you not believing in? The quarterback, the coach?
I don't think they respect Dennis Allen. And let's go back. So let's go back to last year, right? Mm-hmm. Do you think that they would have pulled that with Sean Payton?
Nope.
If Sean Payton had told them, "Hey, man, we're not." Do you think that? So that to me says you didn't have control of your locker room then. You didn't have belief in you then. It was, and let me tell you something. There is a fine line when leading men. God, I sound like a misogynist. There's a fine line when leading anyone, right? There's a fine line. You can be a great defensive coordinator. That does not mean that you are a leader. It just doesn't, because respect has to be maintained. And the minute
you're a great defensive coordinator,
right? But the minute they lose respect for you, and they again, for them to do that, well, because what he said in the interview was, well, all the guys wanted it and whatever, and I just. But that to me says your quarterback on your team that's in charge did not respect you. Did not respect you. And that was last year. And it probably would have been better to just let Dennis Allen, because look, man, once you lose it, you lose it.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in leadership roles, and I'm telling you, you cannot lose the respect of your people. You can go through whatever. Go through ups and downs. Adversity is going to happen. But when you lose respect, that's hard to come back from, right? Yeah. They clearly don't respect him.
Especially with an NFL football team down on a 5-game losing streak. But go ahead.
Even with what Kamara was saying, well, I've never seen it bad. And then, it's almost like he's beckoning to the owner, just go ahead and fire this guy. Now, I'm not saying that's what he's saying, but how often do you see players you know, when you
Respawn.
get to the media like that, that's a problem. That's
Mm-hmm.
that Devils have to fire him now. Devils have to, right? And so again, I'm not in their locker room. Wouldn't want to be in their locker room, but the bottom line is, I think that this issue with them has been going on. Has been going on because I'm not going to say I've never, I cannot recall an NFL player being that defiant to a
Mm-hmm.
coach.
Mm-hmm.
Even when you go back to the 2016 Super Bowl, there are fans. There are probably some Falcons players that are pissed at Matt because he probably just didn't run the damn ball. I know of a couple that are still pissed
I
because they,
do.
if you just run the damn ball, we can kick the field goal, it's over, right? But even Matt did not go against Kyle, did not go against the coach, right? So again, and that was for the Super Bowl. This is a meaningless game. You've already won it, right? I'm talking about last year, and you go ahead and run this ridiculous play. That to me says you don't give a damn about you don't respect them. You
Yeah.
don't.
And
And
big shout out to Dave Archer too as well. You talked about, players quitting on their team and so forth. There's a lot of fans that tried to point out that Kyle Pitts looked like he quit on that route against the Carolina Panthers. I posted the audio in the chat, Terry. You heard it from Dave Archer speaking with the radio. And it's the same way that I was talking about. Kyle Pitts didn't look like he quit on the route. It looked like the ball was overthrown. Looked like he was expecting a different play. Could have been miscommunication. But Pitts didn't quit on the play, Falcon fans. So for those that was calling that out on social media, Kyle Pitts is doing a lot for this team. You know what I'm saying? And I think he's going to be a major impact of this Falcons franchise going forward too as well. So we talked about quitting here. Terry, I like picking up on what you say too as well, because that's why you got For My ATL Sports. Your podcast is doing great. Over here on One Time for the Fan, you're doing great. But yeah, man, there's no quitting from this Falcons team, from any Falcons player, especially with this head coach. But you can see it from some teams right now. In this middle of October, that some teams realize you're not going to get a chance to catch back up. Right now, the Saints are on a 5-game losing streak. You know how difficult it is for them to catch back up in this division? Right? Well, as banged up as they are, I think Lattimore got hurt last night. Cam Jordan's feelings are hurt. I don't know how long it's going to take that to for him to get through that. But you can see it last night from just some of the Spencer Rattler. You can even see it from Kamara, their wide receiver core. Like they're just not. I'm laughing at these Saints, man. I'm enjoying it because we're coming down there next month for the sweep. I don't care who's quarterback. Right now, they put a guy in the last couple of plays of the game. I think Saints fans believe that this Twilight kid, or this kid from I don't know, the Saved by the Bell looking kid, think he's going to be out there throwing touchdowns on the Falcons. It ain't going to happen. That they have a 9-day rest before they go play against the Chargers. That's another loss. Their next win might be Carolina in 2 weeks. After that, that's it, Falcon fans. That's the rest you might see of the New Orleans Saints for the rest of the season.
I think the Chargers have the best defense in the league.
The Chargers have one of the best defenses in the league. As a matter of fact, Denver last night, after realizing that Denver has one of the top defenses in the league too as well. And that's big because we play them in a couple weeks. I think they came away with like 7 sacks. Matter of fact, never mind. They get sacked. Spencer Rattler again, 8 sacks on the day against the New Orleans Saints. But the Broncos going in there, beating the Aints. I know Falcon fans loved it last night. I saw the comments, people, posting the laughing emojis and tagging the Aints. And then they did the thing at halftime with the 1, 2, win for you, 3, 4, win some more. You should have put, when I say 2, you say 5. That's where the fuck you're going, 2 and 5. When Drew says 2, y'all say 5. Ready? 2, 5. There you go. It works perfectly in that empty-ass stadium. And that's what happened at the start of the third quarter. Stadium was empty. So, Falcon fans, we're going to start this show off this morning with a quick laugh at the New Orleans Saints. But let's get into it, talking some Falcons football. Terry.
Yes, sir.
Big shout out to Kerry from One Time for the Fan. Big shout out to Bodie from One Time for the Fan.
What's going on?
And, of course, big shout out to T-Will from One Time for the Fan. How you been doing, man? We went straight into laughing at the Saints. Now we can get ready to start our show. How are you doing, Terry?
All good, man. All good, man. I have, hey, man, no complaints. Falcons are 4-2, hopefully about to be 5-2, and just looking forward to this weekend, man. Hopefully we can bring home the dub and keep it going, man. I'm still taking in, this new Jack Spade persona. You gotta forgive me. It's gonna take
This is
me.
game day Jack. Without the scarf, this is game day Jack. You get the real cool Jack Spade at the game, showing up, repping the Falcons, getting loud. Sunday, we're at the game too as well.
This is the
Big
mayor.
shot to everybody that's going to be down there for this Falcons Seahawks game. Terry, what up?
This is Mayor Jack. Is that what we're looking at? This is Mayor Jack.
Shit, you never know, man. Hey, this win streak got me feeling. I never did this last season, Terry. You didn't see this get up last season. Right? I can tell you right now. I wasn't smiling like this, wasn't feeling this type of energy from the Falcons. I mean, I'm a diehard fan.
Yeah.
But to go into a podcast knowing you might not win that Sunday, right? It's going to be a battle that Sunday. Mm-hmm. And of course, every game is going to be, tough to win. Mm-hmm. But I think the way I look at this team this year, shit, I might come back next week with the chains and the gold teeth and like, yeah, man, we real Atlanta now with it. But yeah, man, we feeling good, man. You know them Falcon. You go to them Falcon game, man. They give you them Falcon glasses, them Ray-Ban.
Oh, is that what
we're? I like these Falcon Ray-Ban, man. They dope. I like these.
Placement is what this is.
It's almost close to the winter time. I think y'all been seeing the weather. It's like 40-some degrees out there. So I got my Falcon beanie on. And this morning I woke up.
Wow, you're modeling your
step out.
Bag. You're modeling
your Falcon scarf just in case it gets really chilly up in here.
Right.
The heat is on, AC is off. Got my Falcons brother. My Justice Freedom. An opportunity.
It's here for civil rights. There you go.
I love it, man. I love it. The Falcons got some cool ass merch too as well. I saw a Falcons jacket the other day down there. I forget where I was downtown, man. Somebody had a clean ass white and red Falcons jacket. I said, I didn't get one of them. But I'm gonna tell y'all, Falcon fans, get your merch quickly because I know they might have like a Black Friday sale coming up, or a Thanksgiving sale coming up, or a Christmas sale coming up. But if this team continues to win, you remember what happened the year we went to the Super Bowl? Mm-hmm. You couldn't find merch anywhere. Mm-hmm. People were going to Dick's Sporting Goods. People were going to Target, buying all the Falcons merch, and going to set up shop on the corners of Stone Mountain, Lithonia. Going to set up shop on the corners of Panola and Covington. Setting up shop on Campbellton and DeLoe. I seen it. U-Haul trucks filled with Falcons gear. And if you saw it for 17 or 20 in the store, it was going for 50 on the street. Don't be like that, Falcons fans. Even when you went to Fanatics, it was like a 2-3 week wait.
Yeah,
Falcons has some stars on the team. You want to go grab that merch for Bijan, Drake, Kyle, Kurt, Chris Lindstrom, for God's sakes. Hell, we might even get some Ryan Nuzile merch up in here. Terry?
Hey man, get your swag on, brother. I'm mad at it. Get your swag on. I'm not mad at it, brother. Do what you got to do. I hear you. So let's vision, Jack. Is it a fair assessment to say that this has come down between now the Falcons and the Bucks?
You know what, Terry? I was talking about this yesterday with some Falcon fans. I think everybody agrees that you only have to outrun the South now from the way things look. You only have to outrun the South now against the Bucks. You've outrun the South against the Panthers. The Panthers, as we talked about, Terry, they don't have the right players to go on a 10-15 game win streak. It's magic if that fucking happens. It's like the luckiest shit ever. You're looking at the standings right now, Falcons 4-2, Bucks 4-2. To outrun the South, you can't do that right here because the Bucks continue to win. They're going to be a tough team. It might end up you being the first place seed, and the Bucks ended up getting the wild card. Depends on how it looks in the NFC conference. But as we go to Sunday's schedule here, you have a tough slate of games, not only for the NFC South, but of course all around the NFL too as well. The Bucks Monday night have to be at home against the Ravens, a 4-2 Ravens team, which, Terry, we will say, this Ravens team, they're not going to come out there and put up 600 yards of offense, and Lamar Jackson not going to go for 500 yards or for some 400-yard performance. He might go 13 for 21 for 164 yards, but they're going to win the game by like a touchdown or two. Harbaugh just has the team just sound. They just play good football.
Yeah. Well, and
And
he's
we
got
saw
so that doesn't hurt. You got
Derrick Henry too as well, but they have a
they got
list.
they got weapons.
They got some weapons over there, Falcon fans. So for y'all sitting here watching the slate of games this weekend, let me go ahead and knock this banner out the way. For y'all sitting up there watching the games this weekend, pay attention to that Monday night game against the Baltimore Ravens for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Mm.
But let's take a look around the league quickly as we talked about the NFL standings. You saw the Saints get their teeth kicked in last night, 5-game losing streak. Patriots and Jaguars, the battle of 1 and 5. This game might end in a tie, Terry. This is pretty bad. And they're heading to London too as well.
Mm.
Can you imagine stepping on that plane at 1 and 5, Terry, heading to London?
I can't imagine watching it. I can't imagine watching it.
Hold on, man. I almost spilled my hot cocoa. Jesus
I'm,
Christ. What?
I'm sleeping in that shit. Just wake me up at 12. I'm good. I'm not.
Falcon fans, notice we haven't had the Jaguars fan in the chat in forever. Where's he been?
Where is he?
He came in here talking heavy.
Do we need to send out an APB on him, Jack?
I mean, I checked on him the other day. He was like, you guys with your Falcons logic, you guys talking only Falcons. We can talk Jags too. I don't think nobody wants to hear this shit.
Amber Alert. Oh wait, that's just for kids.
Sheesh.
We need to do something.
Don't know where our Jags friend is, but if you guys see him, man, tell him we said hello from first place. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Tag a friend, tell a friend. One time for the fan. Falcon fans talking Falcons football on a Falcons Friday. Seahawks Falcons 3-3 going up against the 4-2 first place Atlanta Falcons. 1:00 game. We'll get to that in just a minute. Titans Bills. That's a matchup down there in Buffalo. 1-4 Titans versus 4-2 Bills. 2-4 Bengals playing at the 1-5 Cleveland Browns. Terry, what the fuck happens to the Cleveland Browns?
I don't know, but hopefully they can just go ahead and well, I do know they signed Deshaun Watson.
Sheesh. That's tough.
I don't know.
Snares in the symbol.
I'm hoping they're gonna get rid of Myles Garrett, although I don't think it. I can't even allow myself to think that.
There's a couple players on that Browns team. Falcon fans are saying, "Hey, if you guys gonna go 1-6 Sunday, we can use one of your players over there."
Yeah, is it Zadarius?
Zadarius Smith? Yeah, Zadarius. Even Myles Garrett, if he does become available. Hell, fans talking about reaching for the stars for Max Crosby. Might as well try to shoot for the moon with Myles Garrett.
Yeah, I
don't Fox 5 Myles Garrett too. By the way, we're talking about Cleveland Brown.
I don't think the Raiders trade Max Crosby. I don't.
It's hard to say, man. I mean, I heard the interview yesterday about Max Crosby, and he doesn't want to play on a team that's rebuilding. He wants to win now. Well, I tell you this, Max Crosby, you're going to be on a team that's rebuilding, staying out there in the Raiders, because they ain't got no shot at winning. Coming now, I know they got Tom Brady in the building, but Brady don't play. He's not playing. They have to go back there and rebuild that team. From the secondary to the defensive line, to the linebacker room, to the offensive line, to the quarterback, to the coaches, not the fans, not the stadium, that team. You think Max Crosby wants to sit around for that?
No, I don't, but I mean, we'll see. I'm going on what the owner said, right? So I mean, I don't know. I think if you do trade him, you probably do it in the off season. If I'm the owner, I'm gonna say, hey, let's just get through this season. Let's see what we can't do for next season. Let's see what we can address. I'm not. Look, pass rushers don't grow on trees. Falcons can tell you that. They just don't. Yeah. So if you get one, that's a unicorn, man. That's
Terry is the final blow. If they trade Max Crosby, that's the final blow to pretty much.
I mean,
the fan base.
Yeah, if you trade, and that's the other thing. This is a new team to Las Vegas. Yeah. You got this stadium. People don't want to see that. Wait, who's starting defensive end? I mean, I don't want to go see a no-name team.
Falcon fans talking about the ticket prices for the Raiders. Did you see the Steeler fans take over Raider Stadium Sunday? Oh my gosh.
I did not. But I tell you what, man, looking at the schedule, the Bucks have a tough road to hoe. So they got the Ravens Monday night. Then they got the Chiefs, the 49ers, the Giants, the Panthers, the Raiders, the Chargers, the Cowboys, and maybe they don't. Well, they have some tough games coming up, right? So they got They got the Ravens, us, and the Chiefs, and then San Francisco. And if they can
Yeah.
get that murderer's row, then it really gets easier with the exception of the Chargers, because the Chargers just have a great defense. But this next 4 games, or these next 4 games, are very pivotal for them. Because if we keep winning and they go 2-2, it's pretty much over.
Yeah. This could
So
be a fight down to the end here with the Falcons and the Bucks. But you did mention, Terry, there are a tough slate of games coming up.
yeah,
Could put the Falcons in a position where they do play Seattle Sunday, team coming off a 3-game losing streak here. Still, they had a 9-day rest, so hopefully they come in here with the jet lag and still a little bit banged up. After that, we go play the Buccaneers, followed by the Cowboys, which is falling apart right now. But that's technically a trap game. Even with the
technically,
Cowboys record it is, I'm calling the Cowboys game a trap game. For some strange reason, with that fan base, the way that they travel, they're still going to show up in the bands. No matter if they're 2-4, 2-5, 2-6, there's still going to be a heavy amount of Cowboy fans in the Benz
yeah.
in a matter of weeks. And of course, Michael Parsons, the guy you have to watch for. Dak Prescott with the pass attempts, and of course, that offense is. I mean, they're pretty bad, but you have to look at the Cowboys game as a trap game. I can't even look at Seattle's game like that. I think we should go out there and handle Seattle. The Buccaneers is going to be a tough one. But then coming up, we also play the Chargers too as well. That could be another trap game on the Falcons schedule. Terry?
Anytime you play number 1 defense in the league, I'm not gonna call it a trap game, man. You got to go out there. I mean, even the Broncos, we're gonna face some good defenses, right? So we got, again, you got the Seahawks this week. They're okay. You got the Bucks. They can play defense, even though they're injured. They got Antoine Winfield back. They put up a 50 burger on the Saints, which, looking at the way they played last night, doesn't look like much.
You're talking about a team that got outscored. I think it was 60-something to 3 in the past 6-7 quarters. I believe it was, Terry.
Bad. That's pretty bad. Then you got the Cowboys and Michael Parsons. Then you got to go into the Saints. Then you got the Broncos, Chargers, Vikings. And if you get through that, then you got the Raiders and the Giants, maybe a little reprieve. Then you got the Commanders, which is probably your last challenging game. Then you in with the Panthers. So it's an interesting mix for us. It's not, like you say, at the beginning of the year when you looked at this schedule, you probably thought, or most of us thought, hey, you get through these first 4 games, it's easy sailing, but not so fast, because some of these teams are playing well. I think the Broncos is probably going to be a challenging game. We go out the door, 4:05 start, Mile High, Colorado. And that's a good defense out there, man. Sean Payton hates the Falcons, so he'll be motivated, which is why I hope we go out there and kick their arse. So I don't know, man. Look, it's going to be the winner of the NFC South will truly earn it. I don't think there's anybody. I don't think neither us nor the Bucks have a cupcake schedule. I can say that. So we'll see.
Hey, man, Falcons, Seahawks on Sunday. Terry, how are you feeling about Falcons, Seahawks? Falcons sitting here on this win streak, trying to extend the win streak. Seahawks going on a losing streak. Hopefully we can extend theirs too as well. How you feeling about this Falcons-Seahawks matchup? Think between the numbers, we do match up well against this team right now, as I can go ahead and start putting this up here. Seahawks is sixth ranked offense in the league. Falcons sitting at 7th. Falcons have the 19th ranked defense. Seattle sitting at 21st. Passing, you have the number 1 passing team in the league. The Seattle Seahawks going up against the number 5 passing team. And rushing the ball, Seattle Seahawks is back of the pack at 27th. Falcons sitting at 17th. But that big game we had the other day against the Carolina Panthers with Tyler Algier and Bijan going off on the ground is something I think that we can lean on. But, Terry, we have a balanced offense. We can pass the ball well. The offense is clicking. We can run the ball well. Still have to get a little bit better, but we can definitely run the ball a little bit better than the Seahawks here. But, Terry, the Seahawks just seem one-dimensional. They're going to pass the ball about 40, 50 times, and they might gash you with a run on 2nd and 3. It's kind of like play some of these players in Madden. Like, I know what they're about to do. Like, oh, this guy's leading the league in passing. Let me go check. Let me go check his wide receiver. Oh, he has over 1,000 yards. Oh, let me go ahead and guard this guy. Let me go ahead and match up against this guy well. Because otherwise than that, they have no offense. You have to be careful of the trick plays and all the other stuff that Seattle may do to get the Falcons off their game. But you're going to get Geno Smith in the pocket 30, 40 times Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Terry, your thoughts about this Seattle offense? You see the numbers right there in front of you. Falcons do match up well against this team. But Terry, can we get a sack? Should it be a pick Sunday? How are you feeling? Can we get a score prediction? Can we get something from For My ATL Sports?
No prediction yet. Look, Seahawks aren't actually that bad. Okay. We talked about this last week. If DK just makes an effort for that ball against that 5'9" cornerback he comes down with, if he gets his feet down, they might beat the 49ers, and then they're 4-2 with us. So we talk about the NFL. You really do talk about a game of inches. Seahawks are not a bad team. I'm not saying they're a great team. We are playing at home, and if all things go well, we should win. But I don't think it's going to be a blowout.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I think it'll be a good game. Hopefully, Falcons win by maybe 7. I'll say at the best 10 points, but it's going to be a game, and the Falcons better come out there focused on that one opponent. Again, you cannot get too high, you cannot get too low. You got to focus on who's in front of you. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. If we do that, we'll be fine. But again, Seahawks are not a bad team. It's funny. The Falcons could be 0-5 this year, and at the same time, they could be 5-0.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And there are narratives that are crafted off of victories that occur by an inch. You get what I'm saying? If Koo misses that field goal, we're 3
against New Orleans.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If Tampa Bay gets the ball first in OT.
Mm-hmm. Even go to that Philly Eagles game, the last drive of the game against the Eagles defense.
So, and again, you could flip it on the converse, right? If we get that call against Kansas City, maybe we're 5-1, right? So, again, the margin of error is small. We've played well, yes. We've also been fortunate, and you got to take advantage of it. But I don't think this will be a blowout. If the Falcons come out and take care of business, they do what they need to do, they'll be fine. I think the Falcons probably run the ball.
I would too as well. I mean, the run defense for Seattle hasn't been that great. I mean, I know they have a player over there on their defense. Was it Bryant Murphy or Breeze? I can't remember what the guy's name is. He's kind of upset that the Falcons didn't draft him. So I guess he's like, oh, they'll see me Sunday. No, we won't. But I mean, matter of fact, yes, we will. We'll see all the players because you're playing. But yeah, Falcon fans, this is going to be a matchup that I think Falcon fans are expecting to win. Terry, you're playing a team where Geno Smith is the 3rd most sacked quarterback in the league, and I talked about their offensive line, how bad they are, especially with that left guard and the right tackle, who PFF has as one of the worst tackles in the league. Terry, is this the situation where even like last night watching the Saints, I mean, they were dealing with some injuries, but I mean, they had centers playing right, they had centers playing guard, and tackles playing on the other side and playing guard, and they had people out of position to where Denver just took advantage of it. And in the fourth quarter, you saw it was a sack machine.
Mm-hmm.
Terry, can we come away with some sacks Sunday?
Excuse me.
You can. It's that morning mode. Can we come away with some sacks Sunday against the 3rd most sacked quarterback in the league? He has 19 right now. So teams have gotten to Geno Smith.
Yeah.
This team right now needs a sack. Can we get back on track Sunday, Terry, with possibly a 2 or 3 sack a game against the Seahawks?
We certainly can. Now, will we? But we can. We can. I'd like to see more of Rook. And hey, man, let's bring out the young fella Dorless. Let's see what he can do. Let's see where we can go with it. That's where I am with it.
Jimmy Lake also mentioning yesterday in the pass rush that he's not ready to hit the panic button on the team's pass rush. Terry, we are sitting in first. We're winning games. I mean, the team is starting to click now. Have you hit the panic button on the pass rush? I mean, fans were talking about we have to go get a pass rusher. We need to go get somebody on the other side of Judon. We need to get somebody to fill what Carter and Ebiketie is not being able to do. Terry, have you hit the panic button yet on this pass rush?
No, I haven't hit it. Do I think we'll end up with 50 sacks this season? Probably not. But look, man, at the end of the day, you're trying to win. So if this defense gels and we figure it out and we get there, or even if we make a trade, as long as we are going into the playoffs playing our most efficient and best football and sound and connected on offense and defensive and special team units, we'll be fine.
Mhm.
I haven't given up. Now I have reset some expectations. At the beginning of the year, I thought, oh, maybe we get 50. I don't know that that's the case anymore. But again, it's how you finish, right?
Yeah.
It's how you finish. Again, the 2007 Giants and 2011 New York Giants both, I don't think, won even 10 games, yet
Mhm.
they won the Super Bowl. So what you want to do is you want to be building. You want to be building. You want to be crescendoing. You want to be ascending. And you want to be doing that around January, February. Look, each season is its own universe. We're doing well right now, but this is not the finished product, right? The product that you see in January and February is not what you're going to see Sunday. We're building towards that, right? So let's see. But no, I haven't given up. Have you? What are
I
your
mean,
thoughts?
Terry, you said it correctly there, man. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Mhm.
And for the Saints, if you're already finished, you got to start again next year.
Ah,
So for you got that one there, 2 snares in the cymbal, right? That one
wow.
feels good. Charles Henderson, let's go to the chat because the chat is live, chat is lit. The one time for the fan show, got some new folks in here. Terry, you know this. Bodie knows this. Carrie knows this. Big shout out to One Time for the Fan.
Chat.
One time, we get into that. One Time for the Fan is from the fan for the fan, right?
Mhm.
The reason why we did this podcast because the fans like talking Falcons football, right? And in the chat, you can see it from Jay Black to Mateo to Deshaun Coswell. Deshaun, we'll get back to your question in just a minute. To Carrie, to William Amy, to everybody that's here, Sonia Norwood, Vincent Coakley. You can see it. Charles Henderson, Tall Boys in the chat. If you're also checking in from Facebook, head over to YouTube, hit that like, share, and subscribe so that way you can get the notification. Because a lot of times we might not go live on Facebook. You might see some stuff on YouTube. You might see some stuff on our Instagram. Sunday is all Instagram. One Time for the Fan. Sunday is all Instagram. So you want to head over to Instagram, One Time for the Fan page. So that way you can go ahead and find out what the hell is going on with One Time for the Fan Sunday at the game. And I guarantee you, Terry,
Yes,
I
sir.
guarantee you definitely want to check out this footage Sunday,
Guaranteed.
Falcons Seahawks.
Oh man.
One Time for the Fans bring you the exclusive. And One Time for the Fan always does, the behind the scenes type of action when it comes to content create.
Mhm.
So we'll be at the Bend Sunday. You never know who we'll run into. You never know who we'll talk with. But I guarantee you're going to have a good time. If you can't make it to the game Sunday, if you're watching it on TV, just pick up your phone, head to Instagram, One Time for the Fan, and just be like, damn, they down there turned up. They down there lit. A lot of y'all saw the 5th quarter on the Instagram the other day when the Falcons beat the Bucks and we went into the club and partied and everybody has to leave the stadium. The 5th quarter is open for a whole hour and some change. Terry, you saw the 5th quarter. Terry was over there. Terry was over there lit.
Let me tell you something, man. They in there balling, man. They are in there. Look, fifth. That is a fun time, man. Win or lose.
Win
But
or lose, as soon as the clock strikes 0, DJ Envy cranks it up.
hey, man, they get after it. They get after it. I think I was in there one Sunday, man, and they got it going, and folks are dancing, and it was like what 45 minutes after the game.
Mm-hmm.
People didn't want to leave. They did not want to leave. So yeah,
You hearing that? People didn't want to leave after a win. And Mercedes-Benz Stadium has provided an experience for club members. After that Tampa Bay win, Terry, you saw it when DJ Envy cranked it up, right? After that Saints win, you saw it when DJ Envy cranked it up in the club. It was just like you was at 112. They turned the football game into Club 112.
I appreciate the old man reference. Thank you, sir. I appreciate
I'm
that.
just saying.
For you,
that's what I saw.
Out there, that moment was brought to you by Jack Spade. Go ahead,
bro. I literally went from a football game to Central Station in like 10 seconds.
For
those that remember prime time, when you open them doors going into prime time, it was like the same way at the Falcons Saints game, Falcons Bucks game, and it's probably gonna be the same way Sunday, Falcons Seahawks. I left the field for when the Falcons were playing. I walked into the club and sure have DJ Envy's cranking it up. Fans are on the stage, people partying, phones are out, everybody's having drink.
Yeah,
it's like a club environment.
They get after it, man.
They get after it. Big shout out to the Falcons for putting that together. Because in the past, there wasn't a fifth quarter. This is like something new. This is like, I think, like 2 years they've been doing this now.
What does Jack Spade say? They get active.
They getting active in there. They getting active, chat. Sonya Norwood said that roof will be open Sunday, so you might need that scarf. Well, shit, I bring 2 of them.
Oh, reverb. Golly. Oh, that's,
No, she's talking about the roof at the Benz.
Oh.
She's talking about the Benz roof going to be open.
Could be open. Okay.
Hey, let me tell you something. I ain't going across the street, stand up in that goddamn on that in that rooftop. No, hey, the Falcons won, but I ain't getting sick. My birthday next week, and we going down to Tampa for a W. Now Tampa's gonna have like 80s, no, probably close to 90s. And on Tampa, if you sit on that side with the sun, if you sit on the side of the stadium where that sun is beaming on you, you're gonna feel it for all 4 quarters if you head to Tampa. So just be prepared for that. That's why I love sitting in the shade area, because they have that one area that's kind of like, it's not covered, but it's in the back of the 100 section, so that way the sun don't really hit it. I've always sat in that area. I think it's like 114, 115. But if you sit like anything from row 10 down to the front, but that Tampa sun is beaming on you. Ain't gonna be me.
Gonna come back with a tan?
Shit. William Amy said it's getting cold in Savannah. We're going through the chat because chat is live, chat is lit. Vincent Coakley said I'll be breaking out some new merch, some new Falcons merch in Vegas. Okay.
I hear you, Vincent. I hear
you.
Hey,
that Falcons winter gear is where it's at, man. You better go get some. Especially when you're winning. My Falcons winter golf gear is pretty crazy too as well. So I can't wait to bust that out too as well. C-Double said I got my Deadpool Falcons jersey.
C-Dub loves. What up, C-Dub? He loves Deadpool, man.
Hey, big shout out to CW, man. We're gonna have some upcoming special guests too as well on the chat, on the channel. So just definitely want to hit that like, share, and subscribe button to find out who's coming up next here to be a special guest on One Time for the Fan. Lisa Shepard said, "Yeah, Jack, where is that Jags fan? I should send him a text. Just make sure he's good. Hey, bro, you good? Everything straight over there? I know we talk football. You can always come back to the chat now.
Oh wow.
False Star Falcons in the chat. Good morning, fellas. Good morning, False Star Falcons. NIL Berto. NIL Berto.
NIL Berto. What up, Berto?
There he is.
Wow. You see how quickly One Time for the fans. You see how quickly Jack had that? I think Jack prepared for this show.
Hold on, let me get this banner out the way so you guys can see Berto.
Quick, bro. That came out firing too quick.
Berto, we still playing NCAA, Berto.
Damn. Calling you out, Berto.
No, that's the homie, man. Big shout out to Berto, 95 North Falcons Talk Show. Let me tell you something. There's some content creators out here doing some great things, man. And there's a lot of content creators. We might not shout everybody out, but we do say shout out to all the content creators. Why? Because there's over like 50 to 100 of you all. But Berto, man, that channel that Berto got over there, 95 North Falcons Talk Show. Big shout out to Mark Cheney. Big shout out to the Water Boys.
Yep.
Man, there's so many people out here. I know folks out here just loving talking about the Falcons at this time. For My ATL Sports has taken off now. You guys are doing great. Terry, what's up with For My ATL Sports with the shows you guys are doing? What you guys got going on? Like every day I go live. Last night I was up like 1 o'clock in the morning. I saw you posting videos again. I was like, yo, Terry is on it. Big shout out to Terry For My ATL Sports. Go ahead and plug the channel, man. Give a shout out to your people, man. What's going on at For My ATL Sports? Today's Friday, which means it's For My ATL Sports Day.
Yeah, you are right. Well, hey, man, first off, it's Falcons Friday. It's One Time for the Fan Friday. Hey, man, and it's For My ATL Sports One Friday as well. I appreciate the love, Jack. Yeah, man, look, we're just doing our thing, trying to carve our little niche in the world. You know what I mean? We got, we talk Falcons, we talk Hawks, we talk Braves. Sometimes we even talk dogs. So, it just depends on the day. But typically shows are Friday, 7 p.m. And usually Sunday, if One Time for the Fan, if there's a victory, or hell, if you guys just don't feel like doing the show, we typically doing it. So it's 2 days.
A lot of alcohol after a win, Terry. Lots of alcohol.
Oh, don't I know it, Jack? Don't I know it? Yes. And hey, man, love it. I
Terry,
mean, if there's a time,
I don't want to cut you off, but we got to get into that story about how you partied with us after that win. And we're sitting on the couch. at the spot where we get the drinks and everything. We sit at the spot, Terry. You're sitting on the couch like, well, you can't even get up. And Terry, you look over at me. Remember Eric Parker's there? You look over, you like, man, Jack. I'm about to go. I'm like, Terry, I looked over at Terry and said, but you said you about to go about 45 minutes ago. You still sitting on this couch. When we win, we win.
Oh my God.
Falcons fans. The drinks keep flowing. Terry, you saw that. Our friend over there had a triple shot in one hand, had a beer in the other hand. I said, how you finishing all that? I'm gonna finish it, don't worry.
Yeah, he was He was getting after it.
They're getting active over there.
I don't even know that was the one. The one that got me was like, I think after the Chiefs game, and I'm sitting up there and Jack is going in and I am so sleepy. And Jack is like, T-Will, wake up, man. Here, have another.
I remember that one. Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm back to the train station. I was like, Terry, you good? You gonna make it back to the train station?
Oh, that was a long day, but it was so. I had been up all night, and I will never do that again, right? Because I was so excited to see my beloved Atlanta Falcons. I just couldn't sleep that night, and I will never do that again. Because let me tell you something, I was so tired when I got home. Like, bro,
yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. On the way home, I had to roll down the windows and sing, man. I had to get active.
Yeah. You got to stay active driving home. I know how it is.
Yeah, man.
I know how it is. I've been in those moments, man. Especially when I'm playing golf and you get home, it's like, bro, I'm so tired. Especially at like 18 holes, bro, I'm so tired. I'm finna go to bed, take a little nap. But the Falcons is like, you have one drink. That's like what, 5:36.
Yeah.
You have the next drink. This is after the game. Next drink like 7. Oh, some more fans walked in. Next drink like 7:15.
Bro.
Next drink like 8. Next drink like 8:30. Then you're watching the Sunday Night Football game. You got 4 more drinks in your hand. You're like, oh my God, I gotta get home. I gotta get up out of here.
Bro.
What am I doing here?
Bro.
Fans,
that is not the rate you drink. That I'm gonna let you have that one, Jack. But
Oh, we active. Just know that we active.
Oh, you active. Oh, you very.
Terry,
active.
if I'm not doing the show Sunday night, we're active. Just know that Jack Spade somewhere active.
I know.
Jay Black.
What up,
the Superman chat? We still haven't thought of anything to do with the Superman chats. Big shout out to Country and Steve with the soundboard and the songs and stuff. We haven't thought about anything.
Why don't we get it? Why don't we get it from our fans, Jack? Why don't look, guys in the chat? You guys come up with the celebration for a super chat for us. Let's make a thing out of it.
Let's do that, because one time for the fan is from the fan for the fan.
Yeah.
And if we're getting super chats, and don't forget, we're adding this $5 to the pot of the super chats. We're gonna do a giveaway, right? So for everybody who's been donating the super chats to the channel, we thank you. I'm talking about since we hit 1,000 subscribers, just the blessings and the support has been overwhelming. I know you guys love One Time for the Fan. I know you guys love coming here and talking about the Falcons. It's a safe place to talk Falcons football. We ain't nobody over here talking negative. Nobody over here bashing. Nobody over here gonna start no arguments or no fights. We just want to talk Falcons football with Jay Black. We want to talk Falcons football with Mateo, right? Mateo, I think he missed the last show, and he was here the show before that, and he missed like a show or two before. I know some people get in the chat and they might catch the show after, and catch the show live. But like Mateo woke up at 9 something this morning to talk Falcons football. 95 North, Chris, A1 Forever, William Amy, Lisa Shepard, Carrie. It's 10:25 in the morning. We're talking Falcons. Like, this is what One Time for the Fan is all about. So the super chats that's been rolling in. We said it last podcast. We're going to put everything together for the super chat, see what we got, and then I'll match it, and then we can do a giveaway, right? We can give away a shirt. We can give away a hat. Terry, you cool with that? I talked to Bodie. I'm sure. Hey, Station 19. Hey, can you tell Bodie? Come down from the roof real quick? We got to ask him a question.
Oh, y'all are wild.
Yeah, just tell him put the shingles down. It's all right.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, tell Bodie use the ladder this time, not the rope.
Oh,
yeah, none of that stunt shit. None of that Hollywood stuff again.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm watching the camera right now, too, as well. Tell him no screaming, no TikToking. All right, appreciate it. Bodie will be down in just a minute. We'll talk to Bodie about if he's cool with it. What's up, Terry?
I'm laughing at you. No screaming, no TikToking.
I'm just saying, man. Bodie's up there. He's doing a great job on the roof, but it's been about 3 months now. And, I told him to hire a team, but, Him and Boo Man for some strange reason. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Jay Black 142 is in the chat with a super chat. But like I said, man, one time for the fan, we're gonna find ways to give back to the fan base. We're gonna find ways to give back to the chat, to the channel, because it's really from the fan for the fan. We want to look out for y'all. Jay Black said, "Rise up,
rise up."
Jack and T. Will, if you check our history against Seattle, all the games are close by 4 or 5 points. Terry, seeing the margin of victory that we've had against the Seattle Seahawks, like you said, it's not going to be a blowout. I called the blowout versus the Panthers.
You did call.
I didn't call the blowout versus the Seahawks. I said we should be able to get the win. But Terry, you piggybacked off that and said this is going to be a very close game for the Atlanta Falcons, probably within a touchdown or less.
A touchdown. I mean, I'd be surprised if it's 10 points, but I mean, it could be. Just
Terry, we go out there and put up a 28 or 18-point victory. We're looking at a whole new Falcons team here. You did it one week against the Panthers. Okay, they're sorry. But the next week against the Seattle Seahawks really shows that your team is clicking. Terry, let's just say we come away with a 2-touchdown win tomorrow. 4 or 5 sacks tomorrow. 2-3 picks tomorrow. Kirk Cousins, flawless. No sacks, 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. How are you looking at the team then, Terry?
I mean, I'm excited, but again, it's a crescendo, Jack.
Yeah.
Look, you want to win. Let me. I'm not being negative Nancy here. You want to win, but you're trying to build to a crescendo, because even though you've played some good teams, you're not playing them at their peak in January, right? We haven't seen the Vikings yet. We haven't seen the Lions, and we need to be at a certain peak performance level, in my humble opinion, before we see them. So if we win, great. It's a win, but it's just one. And hey, man, you focus each week, right? So, I mean, I'd be happy. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be like, oh, we won. But still, it's one win. It's one win. So all good. Either way, I'm excited.
I'm just liking this outfit.
I'm
liking the swag. I'm liking the swag this morning. Like, I know it's Falcons Friday. I know Falcons fan talk Falcons football on the Falcons Friday one time for the fan. But I'm just liking the swag this morning. Like the scarf. I don't know if it's the scarf thing or if it's the glasses. I might just rock this shit all season, Terry.
You should, sir. You should.
I might have to. Terry, I know you got a lot of stuff going on for today. Falcons fans getting active on this Falcons Friday. The weather should get a little bit better. I think it's going to get like to the 70s. So, Terry, definitely bundle up out there. But I know you're going to hit the streets and take care of some errands. Terry, talk to us about For My ATL Sports. What's going on today? How can we reach you, your social media? And then we'll go ahead and get up out of here for you, brother.
Sir, yes, sir. I appreciate you. And as always, Jack, I cannot thank you enough, brother. I can be reached at For My ATL Sports 1. That is the number For My ATL Sports 1 on YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe. Obviously, I can be reached here. And hey, we're here. You guys know our schedule at One Time for the Fan. Please like, share, and subscribe. One Time for the Fan as well. We're here Sunday nights at 8, Wednesday nights 8, Friday mornings at 9-ish. Again, For My ATL Sports 1, 7 p.m. Friday, and we typically wrap up a Falcons game either Sunday or Monday. With that being said, hey, thank you to everyone in the chat. Love you guys. We do it for you. Thank you, God. Appreciate you. Without him, I'm not here. I'm nothing. Brother Jack, I appreciate you. Thank you to all the content creators, those I work with and those I don't. And Brother Jack, hey, man, I will see you on probably next week, because I'm going to go ahead and say Falcons victory. You're going to be partying. I'll see you Monday.
Hey, man. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button For My ATL Sports 1. T. Will be back on another podcast for One Time for the Fan. Let's see. Probably going to do a show Monday, because I know the Falcons is they going to tear up some shit Sunday at the Benz. And I'm going to be too late. I'm going to be active after the game. But we'll go ahead and wrap up the comments here, because I know Falcon fans, they show up to this podcast to post their comments about the Atlanta Falcons, because, we can talk about it here on the screen. because one time for the fan is from the fan is for the fan. I want Mateo, J Black, C Double, Coy Bishop, Bellows World. I want everybody to know that this is a podcast for you to come talk Falcons. When you know one time for the fan is live, get your comments ready, get your questions ready, and let's talk Atlanta Falcons football, right? You're going to meet some new fans here in the chat. And big shout out to the Rise Up Tour fan club because, it's where fans become family. And, we had 2 buses pull up in Carolina over the weekend for our tailgate. Over 100 Falcon fans came out to the tailgate. Big shout out to everybody who purchased their tailgate passes. And, I just want to say, man, we're going to continue winning these games at home. We're going to continue winning these games on the road. But we have to be even stronger as a fan base, right? Because you see it from the Cowboys. You see it from the Steelers. You see it from a lot of these fan bases that have a big following that, they do kind of, show up in packs, man. They show up in large numbers to where that November 3rd Cowboys game, there are still tickets right now where the Cowboys losing, Falcons winning, because the Cowboys one of the largest fan bases in the NFL, the tickets are like almost $400 to walk through the door versus that Tampa Bay game the other night. It was like less than $125, $150 to get in there and watch the Falcons play. So, this could be a little pre-warning for your playoff tickets right here. A game in November against the Cowboys, a losing Cowboys team at that. So Falcon fans, season ticket holders, I know y'all loving it. For those that selling those tickets, making a little cat back. I know y'all loving it. But for the fans that's getting outpriced, we talked about it the other day. Fans were complaining when the team was losing, and they said they wouldn't go spend that money to see a losing product on the field. And now you have a team that's winning and the ticket prices are going through the roof. And now fans are complaining, saying, I can't pay that price. You've priced me out. The team is winning, right? That's why we want to try to pack out the bins. And I'm sure there's going to be a good amount of Falcon fans Sunday, on your winning streak that you're on right now. The team has been clicking. You just had a big win in Carolina against your division rival. You just beat 3 of your division rivals back to back to back. And you do have to play 2 of them within the month. But I can see it right now that Benz is going to be packed on Sunday for another NFC game, right? Now, I know we have some AFC teams coming up on our schedule here soon. We have the Chargers that's going to be coming up here in a matter of weeks. We also have the Denver Broncos that we'll be heading to, who beat up on the Saints last night. But you got to win these NFC games. And a big, crucial, critical matchup for the Atlanta Falcons on Sunday, playing against the Seattle Seahawks. Like I said, who's on their 3-game losing streak. So big shout to Jay Black for the Superman chat, man. We'll go ahead and put that in the pot so we can go ahead and do our giveaway coming up here shortly. Jay Black 142 said, would love to see Dorless out there to see if he can start his career. Hey, you got Carter going through a concussion situation. Ebba Katie's been having some trouble. That D-line, I mean, they just need that one extra step to get to the quarterback, but you activated Rook already, and you see what he's been doing to help in the run defense. He's been a big depth critical piece here in Atlanta. I would want to activate Dorless too as well. Let's see what Dorless can do, right? These are some of the players that you drafted. I know you want to develop these guys and use them as special depth players, but in this position of, being one of the worst sack teams or getting to the quarterback in the NFL, you gotta throw everything out, right? You got a guy named Dorless over there who could be that. He could be that next fine piece here in Atlanta. You got to get him out there, right? We won't know what Dorless is until we play him, right? I think we saw last night. I think we saw with the Panthers too as well, like development of some of these young players. They were calling for at the Panther game, like, why is Andy Dalton still in the game? Why not develop Bryce Young? You're already 1-something, 1-4, 1-5. What is the point of having Andy Dalton out there in the fourth quarter down 18 points? Put the kid in to see what he can do, get him developed a little bit. And that's what I want to see with Dorless too as well. We're on a win streak right now. You already activated Rook. Rook is getting active now. Put Dorless in and let's see what he can do. Unless there's some magical trade coming where, you're gonna bring in some star player to come over here and take a bulk load of the time in the action. But you still got to keep these players fresh. And I know Eddie Goldman's been battling out there. I know Contavious Street's been battling out there, Tyquan Graham. But there's some fans that want to see the rookie. They want to see what Dorless can do. So let's hope that Dorless does get activated real soon. Coy Bishop is in the chat. Big shout to Coy Bishop. out here repping the Atlanta Falcons. It's always good to have Coy in the chat talking Falcons football with us. Bellows World is in the chat. He said, we need to run more man coverage. I think doing that, we will get more sacks. The quarterback can throw these quick slants or outs, or even still, you've seen Bellows World that some of these veteran quarterbacks are able to find a pocket within this pass rush to where you think, oh, we got him. And damn, he slips out and there he goes up the field for 10, 15 yards. You saw Baker do it. You saw Pat Mahomes do it. You saw Jalen Hurts do it. You saw Justin Fields do it. That was 4 quarterbacks against name right there that has been able to escape the pocket. Fucking Andy Dalton was able to do it. If you have to send an extra man on pressure, then you got to disguise it well. The way I'm seeing it, and Terry's been calling it, it looks like we want to get there with 4. You got the muscle up front. Try to get there with 4. You're playing your zone coverage in the back, which I did say. I did see them play more of man against the Panthers, but it still didn't generate any sacks. It's that extra push, right? It's that next level of where that defensive line needs to get to. And I'm telling you right now, they're getting the push. They are right there. You guys are seeing it. We're damn near a split second away from getting a sack, but it still hasn't happened, right? So if was a 5th, we'd all be drunk. But Falcon fans, you're playing a team Sunday that is, they're giving up sacks. Matthew Judon, I'm sure he's studying that tape of that right tackle, who's one of the worst in the league at pass rush. One of the worst in the league. The tackle for the Seattle Seahawks. I can't even name the fucking kid's name. And then the guard too as well. Seahawk fans are pointing this out. People who break down film is pointing this out. If the Falcons want to get to Geno Smith Sunday, those are the 2 guys to get after. That guard and that tackle. Last night, seeing the Saints with their offensive line problems, that is a game where you should be expecting some sacks. You win that Saints game and come away with no sacks, I'm sitting there like, how? How? Look what happened last night in that 4th quarter. Every single play, there was a guy in Spencer Rattler's face. Every single play. Even in the backfield, they hand it off, tackle for loss, or 1 or 2 yard gain, and then that's it. That's what I want to see coming up here from this Falcons defense. Get them off the field. Those 3 and outs mean everything. Thomas Scott from the Rise Up Tour fan club. Thomas Scott's up early talking Falcons football with us. ATL Divas in the chat talking Falcons football with us. Charles Henderson is in the chat. I might have to skip through these comments here because I got 2 more things to talk about. Then we're up out of here. 95 North said, Jack boned up like he live in the Northeast like me. What is the weather up there, 95? Berto, what's the weather up there, man? I know the weather's getting a little warm here right now, you know what I'm saying? And plus, it's not even that cold outside. I just, this is that one time for the fan shit. I just came on here like, man, you know what I'm saying? Let me stunt real quick, man. You know what I'm saying? The scarf. Y'all see me with the Falcon scarf before? I did this podcast for about a year and a half. Y'all don't see me with a Falcon scarf on? Come on, man. We feeling it, man. We feeling ourselves, man. First place line of Falcons. Jerry Harper's in the chat. Big shout out to the Arc. Andrew said, rise up. Fuck that dumpster fire team of the Nolans. Thanks. Who they, we that, rise up. Hashtag one time. Big shout out to Jabri Harper in the chat. Mateo's in the chat. Coy Bishop said that visitor side be beefing. Oh, you talking about the visitor side? Yeah. You talking about over there in Tampa? Yeah. You hear from Coy Bishop right now. He travels. He knows about them stadiums. The visitor side at Tampa Bay Stadium, sun be shining. You got to get to those back rows. I know I'm like a row 1, row 2 type of guy, but you got to sit those back rows in Tampa. Boy, that sun be hitting. And I mean hitting, man. DSGB Hall's in the chat. My West Coast Falcon fans are here. Big shout out to DSGB Hall. Good morning. Just waking up in the morning. Gotta thank God. It's getting a little chilly in Cali. It's getting a little chilly on the West Coast. Look at that. Travis Preston said one time for Friday, one time for Falcons Friday. That's what it's about. Let's see. Jabri Harper said, I love Tampa. Thanks to Jack Spade, Thomas, and the Rise Up Tour fan club putting me on. Let me tell you something, man. There's Falcon fans out there who know about the Rise Up Tour fan club. There's Falcon fans out there who do not know about the Rise Up Tour fan club. I met a Falcon fan the other day. He said, yeah, man, I came to that party in Arizona y'all had, man. Y'all had Pastor Troy performing. And, everybody was standing outside and people was in the building. It was packed. And whose party was it? I was like, shit, that's us, man. That's the Rise Up Tour fan club. So he was like, yeah, man, I got to get with that. I'm going to this city. I'm going to that city. If you're traveling to any away games, this year. Rise Up Tour Fan Club got you covered. I'll post some information here shortly. You saw what we did in Carolina with the bus trips. You saw what we did in the past with the party in London and, Miami, LA, Cincinnati. It don't matter where the Falcons go. Let me tell you something. This is big with the Rise Up Tour Fan Club. This is also big at one time for the fan. But the Falcons, honestly, they could have a game tomorrow in Australia or Germany. Rise Up Tour Fan Club will be there. There is no, we got to look at the record or we got to look at all this. Nope. I've seen it before. I've seen it in May when the schedule drops and fans say, I'm here, I'm booked, I'm going here. They don't change the booking. They ain't canceling the booking. It's just how some of the members of the Rise Up Tour Fan Club, they're just real passionate about the team. I know some is real passionate about the fan club. We love it. But I know you guys are diehard Atlanta Falcon fans. And there's fans out there that does not care about the record. I'm telling you right now. I'm one of them. I don't care what the Falcons record is next year or the year after. I'm looking at the schedule, I'm looking at the slate of games, and I'm saying I'm going to that game. Next year, we're in New England. That's another stadium off my list. I'm going to that game. We're in San Fran next year. I'm going to that game. I need these stadiums off my list, right? Big shout out to Brandon Keeler in the chat. So check us out as well. Fellas, the Sports Nuts on YouTube. Big shout out to Brandon Keeler. Big shout out to everybody over there at DFU. Big shout out to Chase, man. I know you got a lot going on over there with DFU and Dirty Fanatics United, man. You're doing a great job over there, Chase. Keep it up, man. For my ATL Sports, man, big shout out to Terry. Don't forget, you can follow Terry on his channel right here, For my ATL Sports 1 on YouTube. If you guys miss One Time for the Fan, Friday mornings or Sunday nights or Wednesday nights, go check out For My ATL Sports. Terry is on a vibe right now, talking Falcons fans. A lot of people are hitting the chat. He just started about a couple months ago. His subscribers are getting up. The views are getting up because people know from what Terry does with One Time for the Fan, he does the same thing over there on his channel with his crew, and they keep it going. And Terry will talk for 2-3 hours. Not to mention, Terry will do some shit I won't do. Terry will go live like 2 a.m. Like that time we beat the Eagles, that Sunday night football game, I joined his podcast like 1:45, like 2 a.m. And it was like a shit ton of Falcon fans talking Falcons football. So it was great to see that too as well. Falcons Commander in the chat. Charles Henderson is in the chat. CW is in the chat. Sterling Woods is in the chat. He said, we swag surfing all of them. Sheesh. It's going down. CD Electrician. Good to see CD Electrician in the chat again. Said, morning, Jack. I'm in the stadium as a season ticket holder. Well, look at that, Falcon fans. That's what you love to see. That is what you love to see. Season ticket holders in the chat. I know section 131 was in here. Got some members from the Dirty Bird Nest in here. I got some 300 level season ticket holders in here. But if you are a season ticket holder, whenever you join the chat, drop your section in the chat. Because we always want to rep, not only the stadium and, the Falcons fan base and, buying Falcons merch. Anything the Falcons do, we're going to rep. Right? Anything fans do in a positive way, we're going to rep. You come in here talking about Rise Up, swag surfing, talking about the stadium, talking about the halftime performance. Man, we're going to talk about this shit. Because we are diehard Atlanta Falcon fans. We're going to talk about everything Atlanta Falcons. Everything Atlanta Falcons when it comes to One Time for the Fan. Kerry said 8 more days till a real one's birthday. Hope everyone is coming to Tampa to celebrate our friend Jack and sweeping the Bucks. Yes, Falcon fans, my birthday is next week. So if you're heading to Tampa, we're going to have a good time. It's on Saturday, so the information for the party will be out for Falcon fans. So if y'all want to come on out, have a good time, kick it with not only other Falcon fans, Rise Up Tour Fan Club, me, myself, and of course, a lot of other Falcon fans you guys see from the chat or just at home games, at away games. We have a big presence when it comes to being on the road. So big shout out to the Rise Up Tour Fan Club. But yes, Carrie, that birthday is right around the corner. Sonia Norwood is in the chat. She said, win or lose, let's go Falcons. This is what it's all about. Anthony White's in the chat. What's good, Jack Spade? Big shout out to Anthony White in the chat. The Falconator is also in the chat too as well. Where's the Falconator? I guess that. Where'd he go? Big shout out to the Falconator. I know he's right here somewhere. Tammy's in the chat. I'll be there in Tampa. Let's go. Good to see Tammy again. Good to see you all. This is my old tailgate crew right here. Real dies. Let me tell you something. Man, me, Tammy, and the gang, we used to be tailgating in the Gulch. Tammy, remember that? Remember them days? Tailgate in the Gulch with the Smarts? Oh my gosh. Then we done went from the Gulch to the backyard, from the backyard to wherever we are now. Right? So big shout out to Tammy and your family too as well. Beautiful Falcons family she has over there. But let me tell y'all something. It's all about what's happening with the Atlanta Falcons right now. Big games Sunday against Seattle. I need all the fans in the building, right? Get to your seats early. I want to say that the Falcons fans have been doing a great job of getting to their seats and making noise. Third down, when they say before they even say get loud, you guys are up on your feet. I'm seeing the change in the fan base in the stadium from what I've seen over the past couple of years. And I want to say that 2024, I know we're winning games, but 2024 has been a year that the fans should really look at and give a big shout out to themselves for, because you guys are showing up and showing out in numbers. And everybody can see it. I think the videos of the swag surfing has been, put around social media for weeks now. Every game is a vibe inside the Bend. Seattle fans can come in there Sunday and say, why are they dancing like this for? Because I've been to Seattle. They don't do no swag surfing up there. I went to Seattle last year, the year before that. Ain't no swag surfing up there. They come out there with the 12s. They got their beer, and they're dressed up in green and blue face paint, and they got the crazy green hair. That's it. But Sunday, they're going to be in there like, what is this called? It's called what? Swag what? Okay. Hey, it's called swag surfing. Come on, get involved. That's the Seahawk fan Sunday. Because Atlanta is a vibe, right? So big shout out to Kirk Cousins too as well. Kirk Cousins mentioning, let me tell you something, man. I'm Atlanta, right? But Kirk Cousins mentioning walk in your trap and take over your trap. Man, get this man a ring. Get this man a ring. Quickly. Kirk, man, let me tell you something, man. I done seen Ritter, Mariota. I done had 10 plus years of Matt Ryan here in Atlanta. Ain't that one damn quarterback ever mentioned walking your trap and take over your trap. And that right there got me like, bro, that's some real Atlanta shit, Kurt. Kurt, that is too Atlanta. Walk in your trap and take over your trap. Oh my God, Kirk O'Chains. You know what's the funny thing, Lee Shepard? When Kirk first got here, we quickly went to social media and tried to find out what nickname we can give Kirk. Was it Kirkwood, Zone 6? Was it Kirk O'Frost? Was it Kirk Chains? Was it Ice 'em Out Kirk? People was just making names for Kirk. They're trying to find him a nickname here because Atlanta just has that vibe. What's your name? Johnny? Nah, you J Money now. What's your name? Derek? Nah, you D Money now. You little D. The fact, it's just, it's great to see, but now you see Kirk Cousins talking about walking your trap and take over your trap. Ice him out. And we can't mention walking your trap and take over your trap without mentioning Bankroll Fresh. Big shot to Bankroll Fresh, man. Rest in peace, Bankroll. But if Bankroll was here, he would have tweeted the Falcons too. Kurt, you need to come to the trap with this one. Kurt is getting the love from all over the city. He's winning games. Top 5 in passing yards. Got the offense clicking, helping out his first year offensive coordinator, Zach Robinson. That's what you love to see. That is what you love to see. And we're here talking Falcons football every Friday morning, 9-ish, 9:30. Sunday nights, 8 p.m. Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Let's get to this before we get up out of here. Y'all see what's going on with them Saints. The parade on Bourbon Street is going down, man. Tag your Falcons friends. Tell your Falcons family. If you're heading to Nolans, pull up at the parade on Bourbon Street. Formation starts around 1:45. Parade starts at 2 p.m. And we've gotten word from New Orleans PD. If you're outside the ropes, you won't be able to get into the rope once the event starts. The way New Orleans PD has it set up, they don't want no problems. during this parade. Because, Falcon fans, we come down from Atlanta, at New Orleans looking at it like, these jokers finna go crazy on her. And we 2-5, and we just lost on Thursday Night Football, 30-something to 3, and we done gave up, a 60-point margin in the past couple quarters from scoring touchdown. I think the stat on the screen last night was it's like 64-3 in the past 6 quarters or 7 quarters for the Saints. I think it's been blown out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit them. We're gonna hit them across the head in the streets now. They getting whooped up on the field. Off the field, we're gonna go ahead and turn up on them. The parade on Bourbon Street. Make sure y'all out there. And there's a lot of Falcon fans heading down to New Orleans. So the parade on Bourbon Street is going down in a major way. And of course, a lot of fans talking about Vegas, man. I've been seeing fans purchase their tickets. And, fans even sent me some money to go purchase some tickets for them. But in Vegas, it's a movie. That's the time of the year where you kind of know you should be good to make the playoffs. You should be good to rest players for the next 2 upcoming games to end the season. You should know that the division is on lock. You should have an X, a Y, or a Z next to your name on the playoff standings, knowing that you're good to go. I don't need to get to this Vegas game and find out, well, if we win this and if the Bucs lose here, if the Saints win here, I don't need that. I need this team to be sitting there December 16th, and we sitting in Raider Stadium saying, hey, playoffs is in a month. Playoffs is in a month. That's how we feeling. So it's going down when we get to Vegas, man. I got some more information to post too as well, but I don't want to take up too much of everybody's time. But yeah, it's going down in Vegas. You see the information on the screen. And of course, Tampa, the bus trip is sold out. So for fans, I was asking about getting on the bus trip is sold out. But there is a wait list for the second bus. I think the wait list ends today. So we'll go ahead and check the numbers and see what we got. But the bus list is sold out. You saw what happened in Carolina. 2 buses heading up to Carolina. I'm telling you, man, the tour just continues to just take off, man. And what we got planned for next year, I guarantee you ain't stopping us. Ain't no stopping us. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. I say thank you to everybody here in the chat. And I know T-Will got his shout outs in. Let me go ahead and get mine in, man. Shout out to the Falcons. Shout out to my Falcons friends, my Falcons family. Everybody here who's watching One Time for the Fan, who's listening to One Time for the Fan, who tells people One Time for the Fan. Thank you all. You all are a major blessing. I want y'all to have a great day, right? Enjoy this Falcons Friday. If you're showing up at the Benz on Sunday, definitely come by. I'm going to be in the Home Depot backyard for a little bit, doing some tailgating. Then we're going to head inside and, take it on down to the field and watch these Falcons play. But Instagram, One Time for the Fan. Get that Instagram up. Go ahead and head over to One Time for the Fan. Hit that follow. We're going to be posting some stuff today. And, of course, we'll be posting some stuff Sunday, as soon as we wake up. It's a 24/7 thing with the Falcons on Sunday. Kurt Benkert over here is on Good Morning Football. I'm sure he's going to talk Falcons. He's wearing the Tyler Algier Angry Run shirt. Kurt is low-key like so Atlanta. If some way, somehow, there becomes a spot open for a QB3 or something, or maybe a coach, a position on the team, maybe want to look at Kurt Benkert because he's been repping the Falcons ever since, he was here with the Falcons. So, and he's a Madden guy too as well. So big shout out to Kurt. But Falcon fan, this is it, man. Hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button. One time for the fan, from the fan, for the fan.